Activity in front of the Brooklyn Museum, not too far from our setting today here at the Barclays Center. Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for the latest presentation of our NBA basketball. With Hall of Famer Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. On the sidelines, we have David Aldridge reporting. DA, take it away.
Well, Kyrie Irving rediscovered his maternal lineage with the White Mountain family of the Standing Rock Sioux tribe. He lost his mother at a young age, and by connecting with her roots, he's found a piece of himself. The tribe gave him the name Little Mountain. Kevin?
Great story, DA. Thank you. A moment now to check out who's leading in the All-Star voting.
And a lot of fans and players interested to see how this thing all turns out.
You take a look at Embiid. He's all the way up there at number 3 in the Eastern Conference fan voting.
And you'd be crazy not to give him your vote. What he's done this season has been nothing short of spectacular.
A great All-Star weekend it'll be. We'll keep you updated as we get closer. A look at the 76ers starting group. The tall lineup out there for the 76ers. Simmons, Richardson, Harris, Horford, and Embiid. And for Brooklyn, Irving and LeVert are at the 1 and 2. Durant is out there with Wilson Chandler, and it's Jordan in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Well, tonight's game will break a winning streak, Doris, for one of these teams.
I think something that has contributed to the great streaks for both of them is they have played really good basketball on both sides of the ball. In the NBA today, you can't be a great offensive team and not give it up on the defensive end. This is one of the most highly anticipated regular season matchups we have had all year.
Clock at 4, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That one on Horford.
Boy, KD's so good with that up fake. He knows once he's got his man in the air, all he's got to do is jump into him and create the foul shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Durant. Well, Doris, you knew that his free agency would be one of the biggest stories of the summer. Everyone tried their best to land Kevin Durant.
And even considering the injury, anyone would be willing and able to take Kevin Durant on their roster. Why? Because when he's healthy, you become an immediate contender.
That one misses.
And for the Nets, team dinners, you go to their practice facility, a beautiful rooftop space for team gatherings. Building chemistry is a focus for this franchise.
And that's not surprising, Greg, given that their front office is part of the San Antonio Spurs tree, so to speak. So staying connected as teammates, especially valuable in today's NBA. Love the culture here.
Here's Horford. Kevin Durant picking up that last basket. Knocked loose and stolen by Irving. Oh, and here we go. Irving's got it, the fast break chance. And he lays it up and in.
You simply cannot give Kyrie Irving room to run in the open floor. This guy is a phenomenal transition player.
Irving against Simmons. Passes to Horford. Back to Simmons. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And this summer, a 5-year, $170 million max contract extension for Ben Simmons. The Sixers didn't want to give him any cause to look elsewhere. A great talent, but the hope with that kind of money is that he'll develop that jump shot.
That's good from Simmons.
The 2018 Rookie of the Year. Simmons' NBA career got off to a great start, and he's only continued to improve.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
And when he gets ahead of steam, you almost feel sorry for defenders. Ben Simmons, a combination of size, speed, and ball handling that can at times be unstoppable. And his defense so valuable. Not many can bother that shot at the rim.
Boy, you see the effort. You see the range. This guy prides himself in his ability to shut you down.
Now Irving in the game against Toronto. Very impressive. Jordan finds Irving. Back to Jordan. There's the three. Rebound by the 76ers. And with his passing and driving ability, Greg, Simmons is like combining a power running back in football with a pinpoint passing quarterback. Not much he can't do.
Kevin, a football metaphor is appropriate. Simmons grew up playing Australian rules football, and the physicality and quick thinking of that sport really reflected in his style of play.
LeVert with it. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Irving dishes to Chandler. Back to Irving. 6 to shoot. Over Richardson. No good from Irving.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
On the pass to Richardson. Harris trying to get free, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan. Well, maybe not the most well-known player in the league, but Josh Richardson has been a big source of offense, and Greggy's done it for a while now.
A bit of a specialist, but Richardson has no problem putting up and making threes.
That's good from Richardson. Well, every year, Doris, despite the expert predictions, there are always big surprises. Some things that come out of the blue, but boy, they're fun to watch.
We tend to use that word expert lightly because you never know, despite collections of talent, who's going to work well together, who develops their chemistries, what injuries play a part in a particular season. Are there mid-season trades that sort of maybe change the chemistry and the makeup of a particular roster? So listen, predictions, take them with a grain of salt. You never know how an NBA season might play out.
And that's why we love the regular season so much. Long, yes, but so many different twists and turns along the way.
No doubt.
Now here's Durant. He's coming off a 37-point game against Toronto.
And it was a big game for him at the defensive end as well. He never stopped pressuring the basketball, coming up with one steal after another.
Richardson, good.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of Philadelphia this year.
And they're facing the team that dismissed them from the postseason last year. So certainly a little payback in mind.
Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. Take a look at the 76ers. Things going their way so far in this season. Right now, they lead the pack up front in the first spot with the best record. And, of course, there's the Nets, 3 spots below.
And right now for the 76ers, they had a few critics coming into the season, and now I don't think they have any. This is a club ready to not only make a deep run, but possibly win it all.
Well, this is their goal. There's no doubt about that. For what many expected of them so far, they have not disappointed.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here. And coming into this season, questions about whether the Sixers could retain their star players. Well, Greg, they shuffled the decks, but they still have great talent.
Swapping in Al Horford for Jimmy Butler, Josh Richardson for J.J. Redick. The Sixers still in the mix to come out of the East.
Now here's Irving. He's an offensive force, averaging nearly 26 points a game. With the fadeaway. That shot, no good. And it's Philadelphia the other way. They defeated the Pelicans in their last game.
Well, they came into that game looking to be physical, looking to control the boards, and they succeeded.
That control of the boards, I felt, fed their offense. There were a ton of second chances, a lot of confidence their bigs could dominate the glass. Boy, 4 for 4 to get things started. Must have been a good shoot-around this morning.
It's the Nets now. They trail by 7. Left side, KD. Fades away. Horford with the rebound. Now the 76ers with it. A nice run, going 12 in a row. Richardson the pass to Horford. Can't hit that one. Durant with some nice D.
Ooh, couldn't quite get that one. 4 for 5.
Irving can't hit.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Pass to Harris. The fader. Chandler with the defensive effort. Brooklyn Nets come into this one after a win against Toronto.
Well, on the road, you don't expect to look so comfortable on the offensive end, but that was the story of the game.
It came down to execution. No wasted possessions, and that is absolutely essential trying to win on the road.
And the basket by Harris.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. And Greg, Al Horford over the summer opting out of a contract with Boston, the final year with the Celtics. A bit of a surprise to fans.
You know, Horford said he wanted to test free agency. Talks between him and Boston abruptly ended, was wooed by several teams, but ultimately signed on with the Sixers.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Simmons. The past month has been surreal. He's averaging about 19 points per, 8 assists, and 6 rebounds. And what is crazy is that these numbers might not even do his game justice. He's been phenomenal.
Feels like every night this guy does something that just blows your mind. So fun to watch, someone the other players look up to.
Now, here is Irving. Outside, KD. Got a piece of it. Shot clock at 5. Looking to end the run. Hit the tip. And Embiid pulls it down. The 76ers leading by 9. Simmons passes to Richardson. So it's Richardson with the jam.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
Well, you set the tempo early, and when you get command and control of a game, it's perfect.
Pass to LeVert. Nets passing it around. Durant down low. Guarded by Horford, and it's good. 2 points.
Boy, what wonderful vision. Kevin Durant with a picture-perfect pass. Woo-hoo!
Simmons looking around. Kicks it to Harris. Passes it to Horford. Fader on the way. The rebound by KD.
You know, the right thing there to try to fade away with the D all over him, but that is a difficult shot to sink.
Lobbed up there for Embiid. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
I know it's early, Greg, but you have got to like the dominance down low. Right now, they are playing bully basketball.
Here's Irving after the made shot from Joel Embiid. There's the pass to LeVert. That one off the back iron and out.
Listen, if you're that wide open, you have to take the shot, even if it's not your favorite.
Richardson, no luck. And Ben Simmons picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. You remember the time, Doris, when it was rare to see stars changing teams? Now we read about it every day.
No question, Kevin. Think back to my formative years watching the NBA as a fan. Larry Bird was a Boston Celtic. Magic Johnson was a Los Angeles Laker. The trend in today's NBA is that shorter player contracts, more player control over where they want to be. And the reality is this, Kevin, at some point, free agency entered the equation. It's appropriate, it's fair, they've earned the right to choose where they play.
Now here's Simmons following the miss by Kyrie Irving. And too long on the shot.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
This one for three. The shot off that time. Simmons with the defensive effort.
I think he's got to settle down, because right now it feels like he's rushing, like he's forcing some shots. This quarter he has been completely bothered.
Now here's Simmons. A 20-point game for him in the win against New Orleans.
And he was also a terrific creator in that game as well. His assist totals show you what a fantastic all-around effort it was.
And a one-year player at Texas, Jared Allen came into the league as a bit of a project. He's got ample playing time to develop in Brooklyn.
Shooting two.
The first free throw is good. And Greg, safe to say, Allen's defense is ahead of his offense.
Yeah, but his mobility and leaping ability serve him well as a finisher, providing that vertical spacing teams like to have inside.
Taurean Prince, he's checked in for Kyrie Irving. He's perfect from the line this time.
And guys, I think the future is so bright for Jared Allen. We're talking about an athletic, mobile big man who has already proven to be an accomplished two-way player.
Now here's Burke. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Horford has a wide open look. That one falls coming off Burke's feet. And the 76ers lead by 11. And so it's Dinwiddie who brings up the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. He kicks it to KD. And stolen by Scott. Here's Thibault. Rebounded by the Nets. Prince up top, defended by Scott. Dinwiddie outside. Pass to Allen. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
You like Allen to keep his concentration, refuses to let the defense outmuscle or outwork him.
And here is Burke. No points in the game yet for him. High post, Embiid. Drains it from 17 feet out.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Nets trail by 11. Dinwiddie outside. And Harris wide open. He shoots. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Embiid's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Feeds to Horford. Prince with the defensive effort.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Temple's checked in. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for the 76ers. Brooklyn's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Here's Dinwiddie. 11 points for him in that last game against the Raptors in Toronto.
And he was aggressive in how he played on the defensive side of the floor, notching 3 steals on the game.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Now here's Embiid. A 17-point game for him in the win against New Orleans.
You know what else impressed me? How infectious his tenacity was. Simply a wrecking ball on the boards, collected huge amounts of rebounds.
Count it. Embiid's got 10 points in the game.
Well, they're calling his number time and time again, and he is delivering.
Here's Dinwiddie. That shot off. So Philadelphia will take it the other way.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
Temple gets the bucket.
Well, this is the court awareness that Joe Harris gives you. He is so skilled at realizing how to give his teammates an open look.
It's Scott on the wing. Pass to Embiid. Launches a three. Rebounded by Temple. Nets trail by 9. .40 seconds left in the first quarter. Embiid with the steal. Here's Burke. They get it back.
That's a complete effort. Stuck with his man, gets his hand up, and then he doesn't hesitate to finish the possession with the rebounding job.
Embiid against Harris. Scott. Another shot, and Embiid lays it in. He's got 12.
I'll tell you, the team is simply riding the hot hand. This guy has been lights out.
Now here is Harris. From deep three-point range, and the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. A big-time effort for Joel Embiid, providing a lot of energy for Philadelphia. His stat line has been terrific. As the quarter ends, he's already got a double-double. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. A native of Cameroon, Joel Embiid talks about making a quick transition to the United States.
Not knowing English, obviously at the beginning it was a little bit hard to express myself. Obviously I can speak English perfectly now, so that's a plus, and I'm just being myself.
And that unique sense of humor, Greg, is a specialty of Embiid's.
He's a fun-loving guy who's become a must-follow on social media. And the transition he's made has been remarkable.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a comfortable margin here for the 76ers, guys.
Guys, I love their defense in that first period. They were in position and just challenging shots.
Well, I think they combined great intelligence with great effort, and you can see the results.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So for Brooklyn now, we've got Prince. Garrett Temple is out there with Spencer Dinwiddie. And there's Jared Allen. And it's Harris in at the 3, the small forward. 6 on the shot clock. And O'Quinn kicks to Burke. Outside, Scott. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Nets trail by 9.
One of the things I love about the Brooklyn Nets is the culture that's being created with this franchise. They are punching above their weight. There's no quit in this team. There is so much to like.
A floater, and Dinwiddie lays it in. Dinwiddie's got his first points of the game.
Well, Spencer Dinwiddie going to that floater game, it's second nature at this point.
Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. Passes it to Thybulle. It's Scott on the wing. Fires from deep. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made. And Doris, you talk about the resilience of this Nets team. How about their 25-point fourth-quarter comeback last season against Sacramento?
Kev, they become only the fourth team to overcome that big a deficit in the shot clock era. This Nets team is not invincible, but I promise you they're going to make you work for every single thing you get.
Now, Dinwiddie. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now, he averages nearly 12 points a game. And it's Harris off the drive. Yep, it counts.
I'll tell you, more than just a shooter, Joe Harris has the ability to put it on the deck and get to the cup.
The 76ers leading by 10. Quarter two and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. The pass to Thibault. And it's sent back by Allen. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Kenny Atkinson, who's a native of Long Island, now has his dream job, coaching the Brooklyn Nets. He doesn't need praise or recognition. Instead, he's fueled by the fear of failure. He says, "I always feel like I'm one banana peel away from never being in the NBA again." And Kevin, he's got his team playing with that same determination.
David, he sure does. Thank you very much.
And he might not be a household name just yet, but Joe Harris is one of the game's true dead-eye marksmen. You can make the case he's the most underrated shooter in the league.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Prince. Chandler comes in for Joe Harris. And Karis LeVert subbed in for Garrett Temple. Now here is Harris. He's coming off a 16-point game against New Orleans. Maybe not the most famous beard in the league, but Joe Harris's beard last year, Greg, drawing some notice in the NBA.
The lumberjack look belying his feathery touch. Good size and strength, enabling him to play the small forward position when needed.
Here's Jordan. He had 19 points in the win against Toronto.
And I felt like his offense fed right into his D. He caused a bunch of turnovers. There was just no let up in him all night.
Now here's Allen. LeVert from outside. They get it again. Jordan. Chandler outside. Pass to Jordan. Pass to Allen. Kicks it to Chandler. On deep. And it's O'Quinn with the rebound. And Simmons has got the ball here for the Philadelphia 76ers. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe. The 76ers shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game. Irving's checked in for the Nets. Doris, you've said this often. It is incredibly difficult to compare guys of different positions in different eras, isn't it?
It really is. There's so many discussions about who's the GOAT, who's the greatest of all potential time. And there are certain names that are always going to pop to the top of the list, LeBron James. But it's very difficult to me, say, to compare a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, one of the greatest to ever man the center position, had the impossible to check sky hook. But how do you compare him with LeBron James, who, though he is, and I don't know what position he is, he may be the greatest passer in the history of the league. Like, let's enjoy individual greatness without comparison.
Kevin Durant's checked in for Jared Allen. Jordan kicks to Chandler. Irving with it. LeVert finds Irving. Takes the 13-footer. Good as the jump shot falls. Irving's got 6.
The evolution of Kyrie Irving's game continues. Magnificent with the jumper.
Irving against Simmons. It's Richardson on the wing. And no good. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. So it looks like the Nets will retain possession here. Nets trail by 11. Irving looking over the floor. Pass to Jordan. Back to Irving. Over Simmons.
I know he's got to be frustrated right now, but the team is fighting from behind. He's got to stay with it.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Kevin Durant.
250 pounds with broad shoulders. Kyle O'Quinn, tough to contain this guy inside.
And he's got his first free throw of the game. And that one falls for O'Quinn.
What we have watched these first few seasons of his career is a steady improvement at the line for O'Quinn. He is showing he can knock them down consistently.
Al Horford, he's checked in for Jonah Bolden. So he gets them both.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
DeAndre Jordan, simply a force around the cup. This guy has rare athleticism.
Richardson outside. The pass to Harris. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Horford against Durant. 5 to shoot. Horford the pass to Harris. Outside for Simmons. Another miss by Philadelphia.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Jordan. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits.
I'll tell you, it feels all night like this guy's been forcing shots, rushing shots. He's really struggling on the offensive end.
It seems like every shot these guys have been putting up has been going in. This month's top shooters. 4th, Ben Simmons.
It would be hard to imagine him shooting the ball much better than he has. He has been on fire.
That's good from Richardson. And Richardson drops them both. A lot of competitors in this league, Doris, and you've got to be that way to play at this level. And I know you have a list of competitors that you admire a lot.
It's those guys, Kevin, who have that insatiable desire to win. The guys who absolutely despise losing, who it almost hurts. It's painful physically. Giannis Antetokounmpo is driven to be great. He wants an NBA championship. LeBron James has got multiple titles and continues to pursue greatness. What I love about great NBA players, it's never enough, Kevin.
And that's a momentum shifter. A steal leading straight to the basket.
Simmons passes to Horford. Pass to O'Quinn. Over Jordan. Shot from 12. The putback, and it's Horford with the extra effort.
Well, that basket to me is all about energy. Al Horford bringing it every night.
On the wing, Irving. Guarded by Simmons. Irving can't get it to go.
And you know, you can't impact a shot that close any better than he did on that possession.
Boy, whether he blocks it or simply alters it, the result is pretty much the same.
And that's what Simmons does. His vision and accuracy make him a premier presence on the floor.
Here's Irving after the Sixers pick up 2. To the middle, and stolen by Richardson. O'Quinn with the bounce pass. Harris against Chandler. Harris passes to Horford. Over Durant. Again, Philadelphia.
Well, this second quarter has proven to be a turnaround. This guy looking much more comfortable all of a sudden.
Pass to LeVert. Now the dish to KD. No good on the three. The 76ers leading by 15. Outside, Simmons. Out to the right wing. O'Quinn with it. He's against Jordan. O'Quinn can't hit.
Well, tremendous defensive effort on the interior. That's the kind of contest you want.
And so Simmons will bring it up for the 76ers. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 15 points. Passes to Richardson. Irving against Harris. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Kevin Durant can't get that one to fall. The 76ers have gone 7 of 14 in the second quarter, shooting to the tune of 50%. O'Quinn with it. He's against Jordan. And here's O'Quinn. And here's Harris from the arc. The rebound by the Nets. KD's got his 5th rebound in this one. LeVert with a wide open look. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim.
Boy, the confidence level you can see in Caris LeVert to catch and shoot. It hits his fingertips and he's ready to roll.
Now here's Simmons. Scoring-wise, he's definitely making his mark. Right now, he's averaging about 19 points a game. On the wing, Harris. Poked away. Chandler with the steal. To the paint. Here's Jordan. That's good, and it's KD with the assist. KD's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. The 76ers leading by 11. Up top, Simmons. Covered by Irving. Horford against Durant. Here's O'Quinn. The 76ers again can't hit it. Brooklyn's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. And the dunk by Jordan.
Woo-hoo! Kyrie Irving doing work with the pass. That's pretty.
Philadelphia's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Simmons against Irving. And Simmons kicks to Harris. Four on the clock. Up top, O'Quinn. Over Jordan. Goes back up. Horford, no luck. Nets trail by 9. Over in the corner, Chandler. Knocks down the 3-ball. Chandler's got his 2nd bucket tonight.
Listen, this guy is not the most dangerous threat from there, but you have got to honor the shooting a little bit.
Irving against Simmons. The pass to Horford. Outside, Simmons.
What mastery from Simmons, fooling the entire defense in the paint there.
And this is his 2nd trip to the line in the game.
And of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve, but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
That one is off. And a new group in for the Nets. Allen's checked in for Durant. Taurean Prince comes in for Wilson Chandler. Garrett Temple has checked in for Caris LeVert. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Kyrie Irving. Philadelphia also making some changes. Embiid comes in for Kyle O'Quinn. And it's Scott in for Harris. And he's good on the 2nd. There's 25 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Here's Dinwiddie. And there's the call on Joel Embiid. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Well, that's 2 fouls on him early. He'll have to be careful not to pick up another one.
Now here's Dinwiddie. 5 on the clock. From deep three-point range. So we've reached the end of the first half of play. 76ers lead by 7. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. Coach, what is your impression of the first half?
We played. And I thought we found a really good balance of posting and pace. It's what we've been talking about. And I thought our defense, for the most part, was excellent.
A good start. We'll see how they finish. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Josh Richardson having an outstanding game. He had 13 points, 2 steals, and 1 rebound. His last game out, he was just not himself. But tonight, he has rounded right back into form with a very solid first half. Let's start with you, Shaq. What'd you think about the 76ers?
Talk about a guy who's built out his game. Josh Richardson. Once overlooked, drafted in the second round, his game has translated to the NBA much better than people expected. He showed that once again, first half, all about Josh Richardson.
Kenny, how'd you think the Nets were playing?
They're not getting to the line or putting enough pressure on the defense. They have to be much more aggressive pushing the basketball, going hard to the rack. Because if you want the ref to make a call, put them in the position to make a judgment call. If you're not creating opportunities for contact, you have no chance of picking up points at the line.
And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to begin in just a few.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, 1 half to go. We've seen Josh Richardson really having a great game.
And the way he goes at defenders, he is bound to get to the line just like he did there in that first half.
I have to love his tenacity. This guy stays in attack mode, makes defenders work, tries to keep them off balance.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. The 76ers leading by 7. So on the floor for Philadelphia. The tall lineup out there for the 76ers. Simmons, Richardson, Harris, Horford, and Embiid. 76ers moving the ball around. Embiid trying to break loose. And there's Richardson on the assist by Simmons. Simmons got 6 assists in the game. And the Nets with possession here. Looking ahead to their next game, playing at New Orleans, they'll match up against the Pelicans. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them.
Well, nice job crashing the glass. You'd love to see that kind of effort.
Well, what's not to like about Joel Embiid? A physical specimen at over 7 feet tall, all the skill in the world, and a personality made for stardom.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, Josh Richardson has made himself into one of the top defensive wings in the league. Richardson says there's a certain competitiveness that comes with being a good defender. The defensive end takes will, and I have a lot of it. Kevin J. Rich is self-described as super competitive, and that edge is what drives him.
It sure is. That's what it takes. Thank you, David. You talk about Embiid's personality, whether it's on the court or through social media. Greg, he's not shy speaking his mind.
One of the best trash talkers in the league. He doesn't hold back, but it's never personal. He's embracing the spirit of competition. And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Here's Irving. Tobias Harris picking up that last basket. Outside Durant. Lobs it up for Jordan. And slam dunk by Jordan.
Jordan's confidence has just grown over the course of his career. DeAndre, for much of it, averaged less than 5 points per game, especially his first couple of years. Look at him now.
Now here is Harris. 8 points for him. Pass to Embiid. Back to Richardson. Oh, goodness. Where did that come from?
Holy goodness.
That was beautiful. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Now Irving. He has 6. Here's LeVert, and it's sent back by Horford.
Well, this guy is a consistent shot blocking threat. Al Horford twice on the pipes.
Just 3 to shoot. LeVert finds Irving over Simmons. Gets a hand on it, and there's Jordan putting it right back in. Jordan's got 4 this quarter.
Well, not sure who was responsible for the block out, but this guy got in there and dug out his points.
Simmons with it. Pass to Embiid. Shot from 12. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got his 7th assist here tonight. And so it's Irving. He brings it up for the Brooklyn Nets. 11-point game. Passes it to LeVert. Takes the 3. And Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got rebound number 13 with that last one. And Horford, here we go. Richardson gets a wide open look. Drills it from outside. Richardson's got 20 points.
This guy has been a catalyst for them all game long. What a job leading them to this lead.
In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. And here's Irving. It's Durant on the wing, guarded by Embiid, and he makes that one. And that's now 9 points for KD.
This guy is maybe one of the most dangerous shooters in the history of the league. Defense doing everything it can. Durant says, this is my game.
Now here is Harris. He's got 8. Simmons finds Horford. Takes the 13-footer, rebounded by the Nets. Durant's got rebound number 8 now on the night. LeVert, and no good, trying to use the glass. The 76ers leading by 12. Harris outside. Simmons on the wing. High post, Embiid. Just 4 to shoot. No good from Simmons. Brooklyn's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. LeVert against Richardson. Embiid with the steal. Here's Simmons. Oh, and the jam by Ben Simmons.
You can't let Simmons get going off of these dunks. His confidence just soars when he slams it down like there.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. And after he missed the first 2 seasons of his career, Greg, with a broken bone in his foot, would injuries be your main concern for Joel Embiid?
Look, no doubt about it. As long as he's healthy, he's an all-league performer. Still, 7-footers carry a lot of weight in our league. He wants to prove he can play big minutes. They just got to make sure they protect him.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Joe Harris is checked in for Chandler. And Spencer Dinwiddie subbed in for Karis LeVert. A nice shot by Irving.
Oh, tenacious attack by Irving. The handle, the speed, look out.
The 76ers leading by 12. Here's Thibault. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Simmons on the wing. Covered by Irving. Back to Simmons. Unable to get that one. Jordan with some nice D. Harris inside. Harris is there. It's picked off. Here's Thibault. Covered by Irving. And they double up Embiid. Down low. And Simmons slams it in.
With the combination of strength and size
Simmons throws it down with ease.
Nets trail by 14. Outside Irving. Fires the three. Drains the three-pointer. Irving's got 5 points now this quarter.
Ooh, finally hitting one from range. That's his first three of the night.
Thibault, the pass to Simmons. Over to the wing. Here's Thibault. Dinwiddie covering. Bolden can't get it to go.
A contested mid-range shot can't be what they were looking for there.
Well, especially with that defensive player in the area. You know he's going to find a way to get into the shooter and make him uncomfortable.
Harris, 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It goes on Spencer Dinwiddie. Well, we knew that Tobias Harris would be one of the big names during free agency this past summer.
Wasn't a lot of speculation for him when free agency hit. Ends up staying with the Sixers, and I think it makes sense for both sides, and he fits nicely next to Embiid.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Harris.
Well, you look at the career of Tobias Harris, and boy, he's bounced around a bit. Has never slowed his development or production, though. You put him anywhere, and he'll find a way to help his team.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Jared Allen's checked in for Jordan. Taurean Prince comes in for Kevin Durant. And Garrett Temple subbed in for Kyrie Irving. And with Harris, he's been moved so many times. You know what, Greg? You forget he's still quite young.
Yeah, I mean, he really is just starting to enter what should be the prime of his career. Has improved every offseason and is a great rebounder and scorer.
On defense, Philadelphia. Dinwiddie finds Temple. Now the pass to Prince. Shot clock at 6. Pulls from the top of the key. He squares up and sinks it. Now here's Simmons. He has 7. Pass to Thibault. He feeds it to Embiid. Stolen by Allen. And here comes Harris leading the fast break. Here's Prince. And that one is hammered home.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
And Philadelphia calls time here. And at 6'6", Joe Harris has been asked to play a lot of minutes at that small forward position. Doris, do you think that's his natural spot?
Well, I think he's gotten pretty good in terms of his strength, if not the length for the 3 spot. He's worked really hard defensively to get better and better. And offense, though, that's where he's going to make his money. He can make shots consistently.
Mike Scott's checked in for the 76ers. Trey Burke comes in for Harris.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. Doris, you've accomplished so much in your award-winning career. What was your first experience in broadcasting?
Kevin, my first experience was I left coaching and they put Providence College women's basketball on radio. That was the first ever game I got to call. It was so cool. Tell me yours. What was the very first? Did you study this? How did you get into broadcasting?
I did. Our high school had a radio station, and the first basketball broadcast was underneath the bleachers, looking through popcorn boxes and legs of the people that were standing in the bleachers so that I could see the court from the baseline.
Amazing.
Because that's where the telephone cables were to plug in our equipment. And I was 16 years old.
Incredible.
Remember it very well.
Incredible.
Very well. Here's Burke after Torian Prince's bucket. Pass to Simmons. That one falls coming off Burke's feet. 9 points for Ben Simmons.
The incredible focus of Simmons. Nothing gets to this guy, even when he's getting bodied by the defense.
And so it's Dinwiddie who brings up the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. They trail by 11. Passes to Harris. Embiid with the steal. Scott the pass to Thibault. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, think about the Nets' Kenny Atkinson, a finalist last season for NBA Coach of the Year. This young coach got a well-deserved contract extension. And what I love is his team competes at a high level every night.
Shoot two.
And the first one drops. And Doris, you think about how hard this Brooklyn team competes. I think they take right after their head coach.
I don't think there's any doubt, Kevin. Coach Atkinson is still willing to get on the court and jump into drills with his players. Let's remember, going back to the early days of his career, he was a player development coach. And before that, yes, he even played. That effort and willingness to break a sweat very much reflected in his group.
Here's Temple. And the pass to Harris. Puts it up from 12. And it's Allen slamming it down.
Well, so often we're talking about Jared Allen's length, and he does it nicely on the offensive glass right there.
Now Burke. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Outside, Scott. 6 to shoot. Here's Simmons. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the 76ers lead by 13.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Harris inside the line. And again, it's Brooklyn converting. Here's Simmons. He's got 9.
Yo, whose man's is Simmons?
Pass to Burke. 1:58 left to play in the third. Out left to the wing. Here's Embiid. And a miss there on the triple. Nets trail by 11. Left side, Harris. Here's Temple. Pass to Dinwiddie. 6 on the shot clock. And the rejection by Embiid. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Embiid. And Brooklyn making a change here. Irving's checked in. And Philadelphia also making a switch. O'Quinn's checked in. On the clock. And here's Harris from the arc. Simmons pulls it in. The 76ers leading by 11. A minute 20 left here in the third quarter. Burke dishes to Simmons. The shot will not fall.
I'll tell you, he's trying to help them extend this lead, but it's been a tough night for him individually.
Irving finds Dinwiddie. Back to Irving. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got 4 assists in the game.
As soon as Kyrie Irving crosses half court, you have got to guard him, and you've got to be balanced because this guy is an effective, dominant offensive presence.
Now here's Simmons. He's got 9. Pass to O'Quinn. The rebound by Prince. Prince has got his 5th rebound in this one. Irving against Simmons. There's the pass to Harris. Allen right side. In the corner, it's Dinwiddie. Over Burke. Dinwiddie's shot is off. Philadelphia leading by 8. Inside. And Embiid throws it down.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Irving with the ball. From deep. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's Philadelphia going into the break with a 10-point lead. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. And we'll be back with you shortly. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
I'll tell you, in today's game, you want skill and decision-making at every position.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Allen is out there with Wilson Chandler. Then there's Irving. Then it's Taurean Prince. And it's Dinwiddie in its shooting guard. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Philadelphia leading by 7. And here is Burke. Pass to Horford. Over Chandler. Horford, no luck.
Well, this has not been his finest hour, but give your teammates some credit for doing the job of stepping in.
Yeah, showing some strength in the paint there. Tough rebound.
Scott kicks to Burke. Over Chandler. That's good from Burke on the assist by Scott. Burke's got his first points of the night. Lobbed up there for Allen. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Well, that's a highlight play from Mr. Jared Allen. Nice pass from his teammate.
The 76ers shooting at 46%, making some buckets. Pass to Horford. Horford double team. Passes it to Richardson. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Drills the three-pointer. And the 76ers lead by 10.
He's just stretching them out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
Well, you know this, Greg. This is a guy who's looking for his shot the whole time. You have to know who you're guarding. KYP, know your personnel.
And the Nets with possession here. Philadelphia able to drain the 3. On its way from Irving for 2. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Horford's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Burke looking over the floor. At the top of the key, Horford. And that one hits back iron. Nets trail by 10. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. Here's Chandler, and it's sent back by Horford. Now here's Burke. Not a lot of room. And there's the feed to O'Quinn. Banked in off the glass.
The defense has nothing for that. O'Quinn using that upper body strength to clear space to the bucket.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Timeout called, the Nets. And at this point of the game, getting a break here, important for the teams to regroup, and for the players, this is where you have a chance to get rehydrated with Gatorade. Get ready to play strong to finish off the game. So for the Nets, DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Allen. Durant comes in for Taurean Prince. And it's LeVert in for Dinwiddie. Harris is checked in for the 76ers. Ben Simmons comes in for Burke. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, during that last break, I heard Kenny Atkinson talking with his team. He is not happy with the turnovers. He said, we have got to get some shots. It's as simple as that, guys. Play smart and value the basketball. See if the message sunk in, Kevin.
And this is what we've come to expect from this guy, right? Not only making a ton of shots, but being efficient while doing so.
Here's Irving. They're looking now at a sizable deficit.
And there's still time left, so they don't necessarily have to really rush the game. They need to avoid that.
Rejected by Harris. Simmons inside. Covered by Irving. And Simmons slams it in.
Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
Now here's Durant. Lobs it up for Jordan. And stolen by Scott. Here's Harris. The shot, no good. Nice D from Chandler. And there's the call on Tobias Harris. That's his first foul. Nets trail by 16. Outside Jordan. He kicks to Chandler. Irving against Simmons. The pass to LeVert. Down to 5 on the shot clock. They could use a bucket.
And since halftime, he just doesn't have a clue when it comes to shooting.
And it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way. And here's Chandler, who brings it up for the Nets. It's a 16-point game. LeVert the pass to Irving. Simmons with the defensive effort.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And what you love about his work defensively, the ability to challenge and change shots without fouling.
One shot.
That's good from Richardson.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Irving against Simmons. Here's LeVert. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Now the 76ers with it. A 14-2 run over the last bit. Simmons dishes to Richardson. Back to Simmons. And so the ball is out of bounds. Richardson touched it last.
That looks like a lack of focus. You've got to question what he was trying to accomplish there.
Nets trail by 19.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
LeVert with it, and it's Richardson picking him up. Irving for 3. They grab their own miss. Jordan from down in the low post. It goes.
How many times have we seen DeAndre Jordan take it off the window and convert? Boy, he is so good.
Yo, check Simmons.
Outside, Simmons.
Hey, who's watching now?
On the wing, Harris. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen. And the upcoming schedule for Brooklyn. On Tuesday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the New Orleans Pelicans. And then on Thursday, they'll be matching up against DeMar DeRozan and the San Antonio Spurs.
And just looking ahead to what's on tap, there are a lot of winnable games for them, but you can't go into the stretch with that mentality. You've got to focus on what's in front of you and bring it every night.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Richardson the pass to Scott. Shoots over KD. Scott, good. Scott's got 5 points now this quarter.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Bounce pass LeVert. Here's Irving. That's good. And it's LeVert with the assist.
But just a spectacular display of ball handling from Kyrie, opening up the look there. Many believe he might have the best handle in the game.
Now here's Simmons. Pass to Horford and stolen by Jordan. And here we go with Chandler running it up the court. And Wilson Chandler with the slam.
And with the pace of today's game, transition defense is at a premium.
I don't think anyone was catching him on that play. That is unbelievable.
Richardson against LeVert. The rebound by the Nets.
Boy, that's the kind of look this offense is designed to create. That's just a tough miss.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
And he knocks down the first one. And the 76ers making a change here. Embiid's checked in, and both free throws good for Wilson Chandler. The 76ers leading by 13. Now here's Simmons. Richardson outside. Back to Simmons. Clock at 6. Three-pointer. He can't get that one to fall. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Durant kicks to Irving. Back to KD. And it's sent back by Horford. Harris drives in. Can't connect from short range. And here's Chandler, who brings it up for Brooklyn. Trailing by 13. And again, it's the Nets missing.
He is just not taking smart shots out there, a pattern he has fallen into tonight.
Richardson, good.
This guy is putting his fingerprints all over the game in this quarter. He has flat out dominated the offensive end.
Here's LeVert. And the foul on Josh Richardson. That is his first foul of the game. Jordan finds Chandler. Back to Jordan. Outside Irving. Pass to Durant. 5 to shoot. Over Horford. Horford with the block.
This guy cannot get started, and the offense overall has been a struggle because of it.
No doubt the fight's there. They are trying to battle back, but he's just really struggling this quarter. And we come back to it again and again. If you're just looking at points and rebounds, you really miss Al Horford's impact. It goes way deeper than the box score.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. And some detractors have looked at Horford's stats, and Greg, they said he's not an all-star. Even Sports Talk Radio calling him average Al.
Nonsense. I mean, still a great defender, efficient scorer, elite passer as well for a big man. Then you get to his leadership. Big Al is the total package.
Nets trail by 17. Now Irving. Good work defensively by Richardson.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
That boy, to have someone back there who can erase your mistakes, what a big-time asset defensively.
And Simmons is just the total package. I mean, a player that can really dish it to his teammates.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Didn't think that was going to go in.
I'll tell you, he'll take that all day, every day. I'm sure he was shocked to find himself that wide open.
The 76ers leading by 16. High post, Embiid feeds it to Horford. Shoots over KD. And there's Horford. That's good on the assist by Embiid.
Let's remember, this is a staple of Al Horford's game. If you give him room to shoot, he will torch you.
The net shooting has been a little ragged, just 38% from the field. Timeout called, the Nets. We've seen Josh Richardson really having a great game.
Boy, he's really had their number. They need to make some kind of adjustment during this timeout.
A chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Joel Embiid.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight, just amazing. He hadn't just been gunning. He's been picking his spots, and you need that kind of patience and discipline to shoot as well as he has.
He silenced this crowd with an unreal display. His ability to drown out the noise and the hostility of an opposing crowd is pretty special. Philadelphia on D. To the inside, here's Chandler. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Free throw good, Wilson Chandler. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Outstanding pass, on time and on target.
Nets trail by 19. Here's Dinwiddie. Outside, KD. From past the arc, it's hauled in by Richardson. Richardson's got 4 rebounds in this game. He dishes it to Simmons. Left side, Harris. 4 on the shot clock. The 76ers need to get off a shot. Scott, good.
And even with the big lead, he remains focused on the task at hand.
That is the competitiveness he brings to the table. Every night you're going to get great effort from him.
Dinwiddie with it. Outside Jordan. Doris, isn't it interesting that we're seeing some teams with more 3-point attempts than 2-point attempts?
It's incredible, Kevin, that every year over the last decade you see more 3-point attempts across all 30 NBA teams. And think about the Houston Rockets. In each of the last 2 years, the Rockets have actually taken more 3s than 2s. This is the evolution of the game. It is not going anywhere. There's 2 high-valued shots in the league. Restricted area 2s, that means point-blank opportunities at the rim, and 3-point shots, and everything else in between seems to be getting lost.
A platoon swap here for Brooklyn. Harris looking it over. Back to Richardson. Stolen.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Philadelphia.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And so this is going to end up as victory number 24 on the year.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Joel Embiid.
You have to focus on the steals he came up with. They were huge factors in the end result.
Now here's Embiid. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Allen, that's good.
Wow, how about the finesse on the drive to the cup? Jared Allen gets better every time he hits the floor.
And so the 76ers can now just hold on to the ball. And here is Simmons. So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
And that's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Al. You guys do it as a five-man unit on the floor. How did you come together for this win?
Just taking good shots on offense, trying to, getting stops on defense. We challenged every shot. We just played hard tonight.
Great effort and a big win, Al. Congrats. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.